All right, thank God that intro crap is over. Right into this, I'm going to talk about the polymer Rival versus steel Rival a little bit, I guess. Triggers, best part of the Rival, great trigger. Cool, good amenities, great stuff in the box, yada, yada, yada. The thing that makes this gun amazing is the trigger. I'm going to do some trigger pulls real quick. Show it. All these guns have springco triggers and return spring and plunger spring and that sort of thing in them. They all pull the same, regardless of what people have said. I don't see any difference between the steel and the polymer version. Excellent triggers. I'm able to bust out like 10 splits without trying. I'll fade that in here in a second, but great triggers, great with all the amenities. Here you go. Yeah, I screwed that stage up. It doesn't matter. Shot fast. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the upgrades I did on this gun real quick. Show you a couple of things, and then at the end of this video, I'll talk about some of the problems I know about, and yeah, so I'm going to go over some of the stuff that isn't in my original Canik video. And the first thing is this Arise Aegis 1 optics mount. It sits the optic lower. You can get a cool hood that protects your SRO. I'm sure they're going to have other versions coming out for other optics. Drops the optic down about 1/8 of an inch. Puts a steel shield around it. Rad. So, Canik's got all this cool colorway stuff. You can get all these various colors. I got this cherry because, doing this purple thing. But you can get trigger shoes and all the little bits here and different colors. And they have red and green and blue and all this stuff. And I got the gas pedal on it, which is cool, I suppose. Of course, that means it doesn't fit in my Red Hill Tactical holster. Great holster, by the way. They have a specific for the steel Rival version. The regular polymer Rival, money, great holster. I talked about it in the other video. I ended up picking up the Ghost Hydra holster, which is pretty much just like a race holster with a little cover on it. It has a locking mechanism, and it allowed me to use my gas pedal, which I don't know if I need it. Or even want it, but, excuse to spend money on gear and whatever. And this has a cool locking mechanism, and it's very similar to other racing holsters and pretty much like the other Ghost holster. Great, upgrade. Their hangers probably shit, and you'll need to replace it. But that's what that is. Just showing that a little bit there. Pretty cool. Hangless. And then, so I'm going to talk about springs and stuff real quick. Springco kit for the Canik, or Walter, must have, $20. The Wolff Commander springs to go on your W74 tungsten guide rod, which mostly I'm just rocking on this steel guy so I can adjust the spring rates. Initially, I ran a 15-pound spring like I did on the polymer. I had feeding issues with fully loaded mags where it wouldn't push the bullets out of the magazine. Ran a 16-pound spring, no problems. I can probably go back. A little, here's the case, and the best thing in here, in my opinion, is you got all these different optics mounts, so that's cool case, whatever. The big issue, as I see it and that I'm aware of, is magazines coming up into the magwell, locking the slide open during recoil. So here I'm just showing you a factory mag tube with no follower, pushing up on the bottom with the gun, locking the slide up. Here I have my special, I made my own out of AREC Zero mags because I couldn't get Canik mags back in the day. And I cut my own deal, and it doesn't have the little notch that goes up past the ejector. So maybe that's the difference. Those seem to work fine. I can't make those malfunction. So I'm special. I see a lot of content on the YouTubes, and I've talked to some people on Instagram that I know are shooting these guns, and the issues I've seen are the over insertion, locking the slide up. That's a big one. Two-stroke yard sale guy, he's got some videos on that you should check out. Put some links in here probably. And then C-Train talks about he's got extraction issues. It sounds like he sent his gun back, so we'll see how that goes. I just watched another one from some other dude ranting about customer service. You know, yeah. Kindness is key when dealing with people, even if they're pissing you off. And then talking to some other guys, they had the same issues as me with the not pushing bullets out of the mag when loaded. You just have to have a heavy enough string and maybe work your gun in a little bit. I really hope whatever issues might exist get worked in and out. Do you ever the old in and out? Get worked out with this gun. I think it's an excellent gun. And if in the end you don't feel like the steel version's for you or you're afraid, the polymer version is an amazing gun still. So that's always an option. I'll do some follow-ups here if I still have problems with my gun, and I'm going to keep an eye out for some of the other content creators that I see on here that run Caniks and see how that goes. I really appreciate everybody watching this, and I hope you enjoy my man that's an ugly gun content here. Anyway, see you guys on the flip side.